Good afternoon, friends. Today I bring to you I'm Krista, version of Zuppa soup. Have you ever heard of Zuppa soup or had Zuppa soup? They sell it at that Italian chain restaurant. So usually I'm not a big pasta eater. My family loves pasta, so whenever we go to I always get the Zuppa soup. So I decided to make my own version, and we prefer the low carb version at home. So this is the low carb version. If you don't want to make it low carb, you can change it for the regular recipe, or what I think is the regular recipe. I don't really know. So inside of my La Crosse, my French beauty here, my Dutch oven, I have 1.5 pounds of breakfast sausage. Now I usually just use a pound, but Mason has a friend over, Brock has a friend. They're on a play date. So anyway, I'm going to make extra. So any breakfast sausage you want. Sometimes I get the spicy, but I usually just get the regular, and that way I can add what I want spice-wise to it. So I also have to that a medium onion chopped, and I added a tablespoon of the minced garlic to that. So that's what I've got going on there. To that I'm going to add bacon. Now this is bacon from my pizza shop because I cheated. So there's about 1.5 cups. My son loves a lot of meat in his stuff. So you can buy bacon at the store already cooked. Don't get those hard crunchy salad bacon bits. Get the real bacon if you want to cheat. If not, cook you up 8 to 10 bacon slices and chop them and remove the grease and add that to your meat mixture. This smells so good already. Now at this time I haven't added any spices yet. So to that I'm going to add, this is a 5-ounce package of spinach, baby spinach. I've taken it out, I've chopped it, and then I put it back in this container. I'm going to put that in next to wilt it. Now the original recipe at, I'm just being silly. I imagine I can say that word. I don't know. Calls for kale. Now where I live in my little community, kale's not always easy to find. So I can always find baby spinach at my local grocery store. And so I've always adapted it with spinach. So, and I just love spinach. So at this point, you can see I'm wilting that. I've got a 32-ounce container of chicken stock. I'm just going to add a little bit right now, just so I can deglaze the bottom of my pan and get this spinach wilted. Okay. I wish you could smell this. It smells so good. It's a super quick soup to throw together. You know me, I like a good recipe that's quick, delicious, and that everyone's gonna like. Honestly, you could probably put any green in it you want. It's going to take longer to cook if you use some of the other greens. So spinach or the kale would probably be your best bet. Okay? So now we've got that spinach cooked down. Add a little bit more chicken stock. I'm going to add this whole thing in just a moment. Okay. Now, here's the swap for low carb. So all of this right now, we've got 0 to little carbs in this. This is the swap. The original recipe calls for potatoes. Now, I have substituted that with cauliflower. And actually, we like it better than the potato. I know it's weird, right? But we all do. So what I do to save time, because listen, I'm about quick and delicious. I get these little steamable cauliflower florets, and I microwave those. So they say on the back of the bag 5 to 6 minutes. So I choose the 5 option because it's going to cook some more in the soup. Now I did 2 bags because Normally I would just do one bag with a normal family size, but since we're having guests today, I did 2 bags. I really don't know how many I'm going to use. So here's the 2 bags in here. So I'm just going to start dumping it in. And whatever I don't use, I will save and Mason will eat. He loves cauliflower. So I'm going to say probably 1.5 bags. So I probably could just cook the 1 bag and it would have been fine. I don't break them up because they will break down during the cooking process of the soup. Doesn't that look amazing and beautiful right now? Honestly, if you wanted to, you could eat this mixture just like this. Throw you on some Parmesan cheese and a fantastic bowl, and that would be amazing. Oh, that would be so good. So, like I said, Mason likes a lot of meat in his, so you can adjust the meat, the bacon, the sausage, the amount that you want to make for your family, or maybe it's just you. Okay. Just going to let that get in there. Like I said, I went ahead and cooked that in the microwave. So, you know what? Let me pull up a couple more in there. Fine, let's just put them all in. Why not? Let's just go for it today. They'll eat it. I'll send some back with the boys when they go back home. Ooh-wee, that looks good. Okay. Here's the point where I'm going to taste it, because you have the saltiness from the bacon, the saltiness from the sausage, but then the cauliflower is not really seasoned. So let's give it a taste. Okay. At this point, it's pretty salty. I'm not going to add any salt. I know that's shocking, isn't it? But I will add some pepper. I love black pepper. And then I'm going to add, some days you don't want spice, some days you do. So if you're feeling spice, by all means, put any kind of spice that you want in. It won't hurt it. So Aleppo pepper is one of my favorite new spices I've discovered, and I use a lot. So it is a milder version of red pepper flake. So you still get that heat, but not quite as intense. Gonna add some of that. Adjust accordingly to you. Now, like I said, if you don't want to do the cauliflower, then you can put in 3 or 4 potatoes, however many potatoes you want. You could also add some canned potatoes. You could add some baby potatoes. You could also, if you want to do this soup really quick, throw those potatoes in the microwave till they're almost done, but they're still soft enough for you to cut and throw in, and that way you don't have to wait all day on the soup, the potatoes to cook. So now we've got all of our main ingredients in here. I'm going to follow up with this whole box of chicken stock. Now this is just regular chicken stock. By all means, you could do low sodium if you want. Okay. Oh, it smells and looks delicious. Listen, did you watch my video from yesterday on that cake I made? Woo! My heavens, that cake was a killer. My husband said, this is the cake I've been dreaming about. It's so funny because when we first got together, he did not like sweets. When we were dating, we first got married, he would turn down dessert for a second helping of mashed potatoes. So when we were first married, I didn't bake a lot of sweets. I did like chocolate chip cookies, and I would bake those for him. But now that he's older, his taste buds changed, and he really enjoys his sweets now. And that was definitely a sweet. So if you haven't looked up that recipe, look up my hot fudge cake with that peanut butter fudge icing. It was delicious. So okay, so here we go. Mason went to visit a friend last night to watch the Bengals game. How about them Bengals? Way to go, Bengals. He took him a piece of cake because he is a peanut butter lover. And he texted me this morning and he said he ate his cake and he gave it a 10 out of 10. So a 10 out of 10 from a teenage boy. Well, he's not a teenager anymore. He's older now. I thought that was a really good ringing endorsement. So anyway, we got this going. Now I'm going to add 1 container of heavy cream. Oh my heavens, drop the lid in. Good thing I don't need that. I'm going to add the whole container in. Heavy cream, most sent from the heavens. This is a 1 pint container, okay? Now, by all means, if you don't want the heaviness of heavy cream, you could do half and half. That's fine. You could even do milk. I think you should do at least half and half. You want that creaminess. That's where you're going to get that good from, okay? So there we have it, gang. Look at that. This is going to simmer now. Cook all day. Well, I'm going to let it simmer. I'm going to put the lid on it, cook it really low till the boys get home. I don't know when they'll show up. I'm going to try to find me a spoon here. You know how I got my, do you have a house shirt or a Mr. Rogers sweater? This for me is my house sweatshirt when I'm cold. It's great big, it's oversized. It says it's my hometown. I just love to wear it when I'm home and I'm cold. I'm gonna give this a taste because you know how I am about tasting your food, folks. It's so delicious. It is just the best comfort soup. Now, by all means, if you want it a little bit thinner, you can add some more heavy cream or more half and half, or even a little water won't hurt it because it's delicious. Thin it down as much as you want. We like it a little thicker. I will fix the boys some breadsticks and to dip in their soup. Just store-bought breadsticks. You can make them yourself, but listen, why bother? And they'll have that with their soup. So there you go. Krista's take on low-carb Zuppa soup. It's delicious. You should make it. You will not think it's low-carb at all. And it's fantastic. All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to put the lid on this girl. I'm going to let it simmer. And then I'm going to go relax. So I'm hoping you're having a fantastic day. I'm enjoying seeing all of you. I try to comment on everyone who leaves me a comment. I try to comment back. And I really appreciate you visiting me in my kitchen. And I hope you enjoy what I'm doing. And I love seeing your comments and seeing where you're from. And I just think it's fascinating because I'm old and all this internet stuff just really fascinates me that we can all communicate from all over the world. So anyway, have a great day. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, like me. I'm just an old woman trying to cook for you. All right, guys, I gotta go. Have a great day. Thanks.